Alright, what's up? So today we're gonna try restoring this boat right here. I got this thing for $200. It's not in the greatest shape. The hull is itself, but I have another boat, same exact boat. So we're gonna, swap different pieces and parts. The interior isn't in the best shape, but the interior on the other one that I have, we'll call it the parts boat, is in better condition, and the hull on the parts boat isn't in good condition. So we're going to try to make one work with the two that we got, but the trailer's in good condition, way better than the other one. This one comes with a cover, so it's been covered, but I don't know why the interior isn't in good shape. I'm not a boat mechanic at all. This is, boats are new to me. I'm just starting to get into them and learn. So forgive me if I mess up on some things or if I do something wrong. Correct me in the comments. But I'll take this off for you. My plan is to get it waterworthy for the rest of the summer that we have here in New York, and then during the winter time pull it into the shop and really give it some love that it deserves. So this is it. Interior is very, very rough. Took the battery out, so I wanted to charge it to see if this thing runs. It turned over for me on a jump box, but it wasn't enough to start it. So we're gonna hook the battery up. We're gonna get the outdrive ready to start out of the water, and then get this thing ready to start, at least attempt to, because I don't want to dump money or my time into something that doesn't even work. So let's start with that. $200 boat. It can't be good, right? Like, it's gotta just be a piece of shit and not be a good boat. Well, I'm here to prove you wrong and prove to you that you can make a $200 boat seaworthy for cheap. You could have fun out on the water. All right, this is the boat. Like I said, interior is shot. The floor is soft right here, but this is just a replaceable piece of wood, so that's good. Everywhere else is solid. The seats up there are in good condition besides one of them, but luckily my seat on the parts boat was good, so don't have to worry about that. And then my seats on the parts boat, again, are all good. And then once this is all cleaned up, it'll be a lot more presentable and good looking. So that's good. Let's try and have water hooked up to it. I'm just gonna, if it starts, I'm gonna immediately shut it off, and then once I know it even turns over, then I'll put some water in the outdrive. I don't know if that's a good angle. Sweet. Runs, which is good. I'm gonna get this bucket of water underneath the outdrive, and we'll see how it does. The drain plug was just clogged because it's all coming out now, so that's good. All right, so it's running. Started right up. It's actually running really good, surprisingly. Temps are looking good so far. I mean, I haven't had it on that long. It's holding oil pressure, so I say it was a good buy. All right, so after looking at this coolant hose is loose, so it's leaking here and here. I don't know if I'm actually just being an idiot, or I just don't know what I'm talking about, but where do you put the coolant in on this? Because the other boat, it's a little bit different. Like, everything's on the opposite side. It's a 170, not a 140, but there's a coolant reservoir, so it's got me a little confused. Like, there's obviously coolant in the engine. Where was it filled? Like I said, I don't know boats like that. Like, I know basic knowledge, and I would like to think that putting coolant in a boat is basic knowledge, but I don't see a reservoir anywhere or a fill point. So, but yeah, I think now the next step would be to rip this up and see what damage we got for the floor wise, and then start swapping the seats over, cleaning the entire boat, like deep clean, and then, well, first we're going to put this thing in the water. Now that we know that it runs, I'm going to tighten up those hoses, make sure it's not leaking fuel or coolant or anything. We're going to put this thing in the water, make sure it floats and doesn't sink. And then once I know that it floats and it runs and it doesn't take on water, then we're going to do all the stuff of taking the, fixing the soft spot, cleaning it, and doing all that, because I'm not wasting my time with all that. Alright, what's up, guys? So today we're going to take the boat out on the launch. We're going to go launch it and make sure it doesn't take on any water, and just let that motor run inside the water and make sure it doesn't overheat and it goes forward and reverse, all that stupid shit. But as long as there's no issues and it doesn't take on water and everything's good, I'm gonna bring it back here, back to the shop, clean it up. I gotta fix this, it's not a big deal. But we'll clean it all up. There's like all this stuff on there, but it rubs right off. And I have this boat cleaner. The other boat that I have, it looked just like this, and I cleaned it all off and it came out really good. So we'll do that, and then we'll obviously, if it's good, do basic maintenance, oil change, whatever, maybe spark plugs, fuel filters, I don't know, whatever the thing needs. We'll make it good so we don't get stranded out in the water. We'll make sure the trailer's good, the tires are good. Yeah, and then we'll start working on the seats and the interior, all that. But I'm gonna take this off and I'm just gonna run the vacuum through it really quick, just so it's a little bit clean while I'm out there. And once I get this off and it all cleaned up, I'll come back to you guys. All right, I left my GoPro on the thing on the table out there, and I'm not going to get it again. So this is the before. Oh, and this is the iPhone camera, by the way. So this would be a good comparison of like before and after, what's, what you prefer. But this is the before, and I'll show you after once I'm done. All right, I didn't go crazy because I'm not keeping all this, but it's crazy what a vacuum could do. It goes just such a long way. Obviously it still looks like shit, but it's just a little bit more presentable, and you don't feel like you're gonna get AIDS walking through here. But everything's clean. I'm gonna hook the battery up and then get ready to leave. And that's pretty much it. This is our current situation.
I know. We'll figure it out tonight.
Shit. All right. So a little backstory to just that short clip. I met a buddy out at the launch, and we threw my boat out there. I left my phone and my GoPro in my car, and I was already out. So bad filming skills on me. My bad. But you didn't miss much. We're having issues with it going in forward and reverse, and we were just out there diagnosing it, trying to figure it out. And we came to the conclusion that the bearing in the prop is worn out or like spun out. I could be butchering how I'm saying that, I don't really know. So tomorrow I'm gonna go to the marine shop back out on the water and test it. And if that doesn't work, then maybe the outdrive's bad or this or that, which is annoying, but it's not the biggest deal because I do have another outdrive from the parts boat that I do know is good because I took that boat out and it ran and drove perfect. So worst comes to worst, it's either going to be a $40 fix or just my time swapping out drives, which won't be terrible. I don't know how hard it is, but I'm willing to learn. And I mean, a free boat and a $200 boat, it's the best platform to learn on, you know. I'd rather do it on this than a $5,000 boat. So but backstory to the pontoon, his boat he did the same thing, got a cheap boat just like me, and it just wouldn't stay running, so we had to paddle it back to the launch. But yeah, I'll be back in with you guys tomorrow. Alright, so you saw the video of it in the water. Ran great. Now that it's all good, we're gonna start cleaning this thing. Just want to give you a little comparison. So remember what it looks like now. All this. I don't know how good I'll be able to do the inside, but you'll be able to see just like stuff like this. This stuff. I lost a seat on the drive home. Luckily I have another one. Yeah, this is what I got. Magic eraser, some mold and mildew stuff. This stuff works so good. And then some sponge, power washer. So let's get to it. Look at the difference just after a little power wash. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. All right, this is just from the power washer. I sprayed a little bit of that stuff right here, but it came out so much better. I mean, that's without any spray, nothing, just straight water. I mean, that's the difference. So, let's go. All right, so I'm just a bad filmer because that whole entire little vlog that I made, it was all scattered all over the place. I did not get good clips, and when I could get the good clips, I didn't have my phone. So I didn't even film an outro, so this is the outro to the part 1 of this series. But to make a long story short, I slaved and cleaned the boat for like, I don't know, probably 2-3 hours. Made it mint, it looked great. And then like the next day or so, I took it out on the water. I didn't film it, and I should have filmed it because some crazy stuff happened, and I don't know what our plans are. But next video, part 2 of the whole series, I'm going to be a lot more detailed with the filming and do a lot better, because I could have done a lot better and I didn't. So part 2 is going to be a lot better, and I'll explain more what happened, and we'll get into it. But thank you for watching. Stay tuned.